If you regularly stare at the ceiling at 2 a.m., wondering how to fall asleep fast, you are far from alone. Today, we're diving deep into the science and the soul of rest. We're tackling some big questions. How do you beat insomnia without medication? And why is it that your mental health depends so heavily on your sleep quality? So in this episode, we're going to break down some of the ultimate nighttime routine designed to help you fall asleep with smoother transitions. The natural sleep remedies we'll share are absolute game changers for anyone trying to fix their broken sleep schedules. But the first question's got to be how to fall asleep fast. How does one fall asleep fast? What are some instant fixes people can put in place?
I think the first one is having a good wind down nighttime routine. I think that's super important. What are you doing in the hours leading up to sleep? If your goal is to fall asleep by 10 p.m. every night, which is, by the way, when normal people try and fall asleep, not 9 o'clock like you.
9:30, thank you.
Yeah, much better. So say you wanted to fall asleep at 10, what are you doing from 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 9 p.m.? Because 7 p.m, I would say it's important to have your last meal by 7. You don't want to have food that's trying to metabolize in your system and loads of energy running around in your body. You want to have peace there. And then your last drink, maybe you have at 9 p.m. if you're trying to fall asleep at 10. So an hour before bed, or maybe 2 hours before bed.
So they say your ideal meal, if you're having a large meal before bed, should be anywhere between 2 to 3 hours. You can have a light and healthy snack closer to the time if needed, but ideally not within an hour. So like you suggested, your last meal within 2 to 3 hours before bed is, really good.
And then the last hour is the elephant in the room, maybe, and the most difficult one in modern times, but to not look at a screen. I think it's important to avoid blue light before you go to sleep. Do you know where the whole blue light thing comes about from?
I don't know, tell me.
So the reason why blue light is bad for you going to sleep is because when we were first evolving, we evolved from the sea. I don't know if you know that. But we were underwater, and they think it's something still in the brain from when we were we weren't fish because we didn't go along that same evolutionary journey, but we would tell whether it's daytime or nighttime by the blue light, and it was the sunlight coming through the top of the water that then appeared as blue, and that's what keeps you awake.
That's
so
interesting.
Phones that replicate blue light or have blue pixels in them, is doing the same thing to your brain.
So that's screens as a general, isn't it? So it's
Yeah.
phones, it's laptops, it's tablets, less so Kindles and e-readers because some of them have sort of grayscale backgrounds, which is a cool little hint for people that on your phone you could install a grayscale screen. So
It's built into the settings, I think.
You can select that, and I put that on about 3 hours before bed every day. I've actually got it on my iPhone as the lock button. If I press it 3 times, it flips it to grayscale, and then that helps me wind down. It also stops the blue light. It also stops the bright flashing colors which are attracting and pull me into social medias and games and the things that keep my senses heightened. So grayscale is really important. But you were talking about blue light.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say there's a blue light filter on a lot of phones as well. So you can just remove the blue light. It gives the phone like an orange tinge, like, like dyslexia paper. That sort of beige colour. It puts that over your screen. It's supposed to be able to help you get to sleep. But
there's also systems on laptops called Flux is the one I use, where you can install that on your laptop, on your Mac, and it mimics the daylight hours of wherever you set your location.
Oh, cool.
So that way it removes some of the blue light and set warmer colours as it's coming to sunrise and sunset. So less of it diminishing as you get closer to sunrise, and then more of it as you get to sunset. It helps reduce eye fatigue as well, helps reduce headaches. It's a really great filter. But I didn't know You could get that on the phone. I'm actually going to start implementing that myself, actually.
I think the
That's really
grayscale
cool.
one is better because it's even less attractive. It's even less stimulating.
It is so unbelievably boring,
Yes.
but it's perfect because I pick up my phone and go, oh. And like, wake up in the morning, I'll turn it off 1, 2, 3. And I'm like, whoa, that's
Yeah.
bright. Is that the colors? Normally, it's so vivid. It's so engaging.
Yeah. Engaging.
Wow. But yeah, so blue light, do we know why it disrupts sleep? Is that something?
Yeah, I think it's because we associate blue light with daytime. So your body, I can't remember, what's the...
Melatonin?
Melatonin, yeah. So that is produced as you're going to sleep?
Yes.
Yeah.
So melatonin is released as you're starting to wind down to help you get tired. It's your sleep hormone.
So I believe melatonin is at the receptors are sort of interrupted when you look at blue light, which, yeah, obviously prevents you going to sleep.
Yeah, it messes with your circadian rhythm, doesn't it? Because it tricks you into thinking that it's daylight, so your body stops producing the chemical that makes you feel tired and ready for bed. That then will keep you awake. So yeah, like blue light's a problem because of that melatonin suppression, the circadian rhythm disruption, and then it decreases the amount of deep sleep you're able to get because it's thrown in that much of a disruption. So you mentioned some opportunities to disrupt that, which is what? Limit screen time before bed or installing blue light filters or grayscale filters.
I mean, either way, I would remove phones and screens from your wind down routine from an hour before you go to sleep or want to go to sleep. For the 2 hours from like your last meal, say 3 hours before you want to go to sleep, I would say maybe put on the filter at that time. If not, just leave it on all the time. I leave it on 24/7 on mine, the blue light one. Yeah, everyone looks at my phone. It's like, why is your phone so orange? It's it's because that's on.
Nice.
And you can adjust like how strong you want it, so you can allow some blue light through.
I suppose as well, if you don't want to do all of that or it feels like a hassle, you can reduce the brightness as well on your phone as you get closer to bed, so it's not as glaring, it's not as obvious, it's not as colourful and enticing. It will help just reduce that sort of opportunity to get drawn in. I'll turn off notifications as well. Now with the talking about it, it's something I've considered as well. It's not actually something I've done. My phone doesn't go off. But it's reducing notifications. Because then it reduces that appeal to check your phone. You know, we're at constant beck and call with our phones. It sits in our pocket. It lives next to us. That when it goes off, you naturally just pick it up.
Yeah.
But if you've got notifications off, it allows you to have more power nor more autonomy in that wind down routine.
And there's no anticipation either. I think that's a lot of the things that keep people distracted is like always waiting for that next notification. Like what's going to, am I going to get another like? Am I going to get an email through? Am I going to get a message from a friend? Am I going to hear from my parents? You know, it's just what's going to pop up next.
Do you have a sleep mode on your phone? So I know iPhones, you've got like do not disturb, work mode, sleep mode, driving mode. I turn on sleep mode because I've then set it as well to have a different background to my normal phone. It's literally completely black. There's no distractions. The home screen is different. So the only thing it has on there is weather and the calendar. So if I do need to look at my phone, I know what the weather's doing and I know what I'm doing. Great. It's wonderful. And then that way, when you pick up your phone, there's less enticing like apps to get zoomed into. So all of those can help reduce your blue light, but nothing's gonna reduce it more than just not using it. And I know that's really simple and really dumb and obvious, but if you're not on your screens 1 to 2 hours before bed, you're really giving your body that opportunity to wind down. So we're talking about a wind down routine. The first thing you said was disconnecting from screens.
Yeah. Don't eat after 3 hours before you're going to go to bed. Don't drink 2 hours before you're going to go to bed. Have a glass of water by the side of your bed, so when you wake up, you can have a pint of water. That's really good to like kickstart your day. But in terms of wind down routines, you've mentioned it before. What are you going to do in that hour without your phone? You're going to get really bored. So what do you fill your time with for that hour? You want to be thinking about winding down. So what are some activities you can do? You want to do something that's not going to be too exciting, but something that's still going to keep you occupied. Reading a book can be really good. Nothing that's going to get you really thinking. Maybe some sort of fiction book.
Easy reading as well.
Easy
lower
reading.
barrier to entry.
Yeah, can be a really good way to wind down and get into a drowsier state.
Are you reading anything at the moment?
I'm reading The Texas Murders by James Patterson.
I've heard he's a good author.
Excellent. Particularly this book series. So there's Texas Ranger, Texas Outlaw, and Texas Murders. And it came out this time last year. And it's taken me that long to get through it.
Nice. I like that. I am reading Return of the King, Lord of the Rings. The last book in the series. I've read The Hobbit. I've read all the Lord of the Rings up until this point. And I'm reading it now. Really enjoyed it. Really great. Yeah, really great. But reading can actually make you sleepy as well. One, because it's relaxing, low physical activity. Like, it's a mental task, often done because you cultivate that environment to relax. You likely dim the lights, put on your fairy lights, put on a candle. So it's something to be said in the organization, the relaxation mode that you put yourself in, because it's purposeful. You purposefully choose to try and wind down. But it's also the eye strain and the reduced blinking. So reading involves that constant repetitive eye movement and decreased blinking, which can cause eye fatigue, making your eyes dry, leading to sleepiness. So there's a physical response there. But also your brain works hard to process the words, creating those mental images and forming memories, which can be mentally exhausting. So it allows yourself to just sort of slightly put a bit of mental fatigue in there to help your body wind down. Like you say, it sort of reduces boredom as well. So that way, that time is like you're engaged, but you're slowly bringing yourself into a nice relaxed state. And reading can distract from your stresses as well. So calming your mind, lowering alertness, especially if you're absorbed into that book. So calming activities, so reading a book is a great one. Any other calming activities you think people could engage with to help them fall asleep fast?
Me and my girlfriend have gone back in time recently. And on an evening, rather than watching TV, watching a series, we've been playing a board game or playing cards.
Love that.
Which is really good fun. It's something that we started doing when we go on holidays. We always take a deck of cards with us on holidays. And we saw, while we were buying Christmas presents, there was Monopoly and Sports Direct. So
Sports Direct?
Yeah,
that's
I know,
a really weird place.
But I thought, oh, go on, we'll get one. It was only 20 quid or something. So I thought, oh, go on then, we'll get Monopoly. Brought it home. We played it like every night for 2 weeks in a row. And now we play it maybe once every other day, once every 3 days.
I like that.
But yeah, it's just a really nice way to sort of calm down, as long as you don't get like too hyped up by games. Maybe if it's a brand new game, the first time you play it, you don't want to be doing that just before you go to bed, because it's exciting, it's new, it's but something you can just get in a routine of doing. Think like what did people do 100 years ago, and maybe give that a go.
Like that. There's other things I might suggest which are a bit more hippie, a bit more sort of out there. From me, I know. Blows my mind. Gone all hippie on me. But no, meditation. Having a good meditative practice is often really nice. But using it for calming purposes. There are other meditation techniques you can use to maybe access repressed trauma or work through some issues you've had mentally. But if you're got a relaxation meditative process about trying to relax the mind and the body, that's a really great one. A body scan I mentioned before, where you start at the crown of your head and you work your way down, breathing and relaxation into the different parts of your body. That allows you to just chill and relax. Really nice and grounding. If you do it laid down, first few times I did it and I fell asleep straight away, which was amazing. Really great, because you're putting your awareness into your body, relaxing different parts of you. You might even feel that, I feel a little bit more tensed across my chest than normal. You can breathe more sort of space and relaxation into there, putting your awareness there, which is really great. But there's also different yogas you could do. So you've got like yin yoga, you've got yoga nidra as well, which is super slow, relaxing, deep stretches, working on breath work, mindful movements to calm the nervous system. I know Dr. Andrew Huberman always goes on about Yoga Nidra as well, which is, yeah, really great. So it's actually a yogic sleep, a guided meditation that takes you from a state of deep relaxation to between waking and sleeping. So it's this nice middle balance, but there's definitely opportunities there. Journaling is a great one because it's that act again of the eye movement. Getting your thoughts that are in your brain out onto paper might cleanse you mentally as well, which is really great. Any other opportunities to sort of create a nice wind down routine?
What's some other things that I do? Sort of after your evening meal, going for a walk can be good. It's not something that I do regularly, but I have done before, and it definitely has helped me sleep easier. I think it's just getting rid of any nervous energy from the day, helps you digest your meal. Yeah, lots of benefits.
Lots of benefits of walking after a meal anyway that someone could do, even if it's 2 to 5 minute walk after eating. It offers significant health benefits to sort of lower blood sugar level, like control your blood sugar level, improve digestion, potential weight management as well, but it reduces spikes of glucose as well. So it's a really great tool to use. That I like that. So you could calm your body with like warm baths and stuff as well.
Yeah. Oh, there's an interesting thing with that.
What's that?
So it's not the warmth of the bath that helps you feel sleepy. It's after you've had a warm bath, you get quite flushed, and that's as all the blood rushes to the top of your skin, right? Mm-hmm. It's actually the heat escaping that makes you feel more sleepy. So your brain to fall asleep has actually got to drop 2 degrees in temperature, and having a bath beforehand helps that heat escape from the body because it escapes all in one go, and that's how you can lower your brain's temperature to then fall asleep.
I didn't know that. I like that. So if we were putting in like a sample routine, we're saying 2 hours before, last meal, last drink?
2 to 3 hours before last meal.
Okay.
Go for a walk. And again, it's not an intense walk, it's not a speed walk, it's just a leisurely
stroll, an amble.
Stroll. Yeah. Come back, have a drink, non-alcoholic. Very important. Alcohol actually prevents you from getting into deep sleep. It actually slides you more towards sedation, and then as as your body processes that alcohol out of its system, you'll then find that your body starts to catch up on dreams. You'll have more vivid dreams. But if you have more units than the hours you were hoping to get of sleep, you won't actually sleep that night. You're just sedated.
Wow.
If you drink 2 units, it will take 2 hours to process that, and then your dreams will become more vivid, but you need to catch up on 2 hours of sleep, so you'd actually need to sleep 2 hours longer to get the same quality. Yeah, so have your last drink when you get back from your walk. Just a glass of water is fine. And then, yeah, last hour before, but maybe start playing your board game, maybe start...
So you're removing screens about an hour
Start
before.
moving screens about an hour before.
Would you sort of in that 2 to 3 hours after you've eaten turn on your grayscale or your blue light filters? Is it when you'd put them on around there?
Yeah, about at the time of your last meal.
Okay.
And then you can start to wind down from that point.
I suppose then that's building a habit. You want to have the barrier to entry be so low that it becomes repetition. That if it's eat, turn on the grayscale, slight walk.
Yeah.
Small, it can just be a little amble around the block, come back, and then you're starting the wind down routine of the, whatever else it might be.
Yeah. And then, a key part of all of this is sleep regularity as well. So try and go to sleep at the same time every day, and try and wake up at the same time every day, because then your body starts to get into a routine of always falling asleep at the same time, and your body will naturally become more and more tired towards your fall asleep point.
Why do you think sleep regularity is important? Or why is it important? Because I agree, it definitely is. I'm very similar every day, that I'll kind of be going to bed like lights off, normally ideally around 9:30, and I'm waking up around 6:30 in the morning. That has helped me get in touch with my circadian rhythms, my body's internal clock. So it then allows the body to optimize releasing the hormones that it needs to calm me down, wake me up. So hopefully I feel like I can give my body the best chance to stay fit and healthy. So it might, I hope, have longevity benefits there as well, because my body's learning how it needs to function.
Yes, that's what it's about.
So irregular sleep is actually linked to a higher risk of heart attack as well.
Is
so
it?
Heart attack, stroke, and heart failure, which is really scary. So sleep regularity is a stronger predictor of some health outcomes, including mortality, than just average sleep duration. So it's arguably more important. What's your sleep pattern at the moment? Do you have a regular pattern?
I'm very good at waking up at the same time every day. So I have an alarm that goes off at 8 a.m, another one that goes off at 8:05. If I wake up at 8 a.m. and I'm not feeling refreshed, I'll go to sleep until 8:05. Then I wake up and I have to be refreshed no matter what.
Have you heard there's two different types of people in the world? Those that set one alarm and those that set 10? You're the 10.
No, 2 is okay for me. Yeah, I think the second one came in when I had jobs that I considered to be important. And like my accountancy one, I didn't want to be late, so I didn't want to ever run the risk of my alarm not going off. I'd make sure I had the second one. Or if I just turned it off in my sleep, then I'd be able to still get up in time.
How scary is that when you wake up and you're like, why has the alarm not gone off, and you've turned it off in your sleep?
Yeah, and you're 3 hours later, you're like, uh-oh. Yeah, not about that stress.
But sleep regularity as well helps sort of have a consistent pattern and reduce risks of anxiety and depression.
Yeah.
Which is also really important. So yeah, we're talking about sleep regularity is really important in that wind down routine as well. So knowing what time you're doing what things is really important as well. I agree with that. I might even suggest, when it comes to how to sleep fast, it is really important to consider that it starts during the day as well. So it's not just what am I doing in the last 30 minutes, hour before bed. It's, do you wake up at the same time? Do you get morning light? Do you have caffeine in the first 90 minutes of your day? Do you keep your phone outside your bedroom? I think there's a lot to be said about how you wake up as well, which would help you get to sleep fast. Do you have a good relationship with sleep? You know, you said you started leaving your phone outside your bedroom, because that means the first thing you do when you wake up is get up rather than roll over. Blue light instantly, dopamine instantly. If you have caffeine, as soon as you wake up, you're blocking your body's ability to produce the hormones it needs to actually wake you up.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's one I want to touch on here because you've mentioned it before, and please do excuse me if I'm stealing your thunder, but it's breathing techniques. So there's opportunities here to help you feel relaxed when you are in bed. You know, I think you've mentioned, you'll have to tell me if it's right, the 4-7-8?
Yeah, so I've mentioned the 4-7-11 rule before,
Okay.
which is for socialising and building stronger connections. This is the 4-7-8.
That's why I'm getting confused. Okay, I'm with you.
So all the 4-7-8 breathing technique is breathing in through the nose for 4 seconds, holding that breath for 7 seconds, and then breathing out, making a whoosh sound for 8 seconds. And do this sort of 3 repetitions of this, and then you should feel more regulated, more calm, and more psychologically ready for sleep.
So it's about getting yourself ready. It's about calming your mind and your body, and that breathing techniques allows you to do it.
Yeah.
Nice. I've got another one now you're talking about, is the physiological sigh. I learned it from Dr. Andrew Huberman. What an expert.
What a guy.
But you breathe in through your nose, so into your obviously diaphragm, breathe in as much as you possibly can. And then once you feel like you're as much as you possibly can, you do a little sharp inhale. And then you breathe out as if you're blowing on to a cup of tea. So lips posed together for as long as you can. Do a couple of those, and my goodness, it helps every time. I also do it when I'm feeling anxious, when I'm feeling nervous, because it helps me feel in control of my breathing, which then helps me feel regulated in every other element of my life. So yeah, breathing techniques, really awesome to implement when you're in bed as well. Because I think the more we can do to avoid being like, right, I must fall asleep. Thinking about sleep is probably the worst way to try and fall asleep.
Yeah.
You need to just have tools that help you relax, you know? And the 4, 7, 8 is a really great idea.
A final thing that I've just remembered on this and falling asleep fast is if you are really struggling, you might find that you're quite restless. Forcing yourself to... What position do you normally fall asleep in? Force yourself to stay in that position. If you feel like wriggling, force yourself not to. No, I'm staying like this. And what happens is your body will just get bored and then you'll fall asleep.
Are you a back, side, or front sleeper?
Front, with my face to the slide.
Are you? Wow.
What are you? Back?
Side.
Side.
Back if I'm feeling creative, but no, side.
I don't know anyone who
front.
sleeps on their back.
I do occasionally.
Psychopaths.
That's the best. I feel like that's the most relaxing way to sleep.
Nothing about this is relaxing for you or anybody else in the bed.
But no, side. I don't know. You never slept when you got your arm around someone, you're on your back, and they're curled up next to you. That's a good way
and
to
then
fall
I kick her off and I go to sleep.
No, I love that. I'm all in that.
I
I'm
can't
all
fall
in that.
asleep like that.
Locked in. But yeah, so consistent scheduling, good wind down routine. I suppose light exercises we mentioned with the walk, getting morning light during the morning, during the day. Also exercise during the day as well is a really great way to do it. So there's really good opportunities there to help you feel in control of your sleep schedule, to help you fall asleep fast. But ironically, forcing sleep keeps you awake. You know, falling asleep isn't about removing effort. It's often about removing effort, but removing the stress of it. Stop trying to fall asleep. Try lying down instead. There's a military technique I learned as well, which is you want to teach your brain like the randomness. You want to try and fatigue your brain, but keep it random, keep it guessing. So you come up with a word. So give me any word.
Car.
Now give me a word that begins with the letter R.
Riding.
Now one that begins with the letter G.
Gift.
T.
Transport.
And you see, so you take the last letter of that word and you find a new word and so on and so forth. And it allows your brain to just work through this random cycle of words to almost fatigue it and help you fall asleep. Which I quite like. Yeah. So let's talk about sleep as a whole.
Okay.
Sleep is a mental health pillar. So sleep isn't just about recovery, it's about emotional regulation. So let's talk about sleep as a mental health pillar.
You're going to be in a much better headspace to deal with the day and the problems in the day, as well as the successes, if you've had a good night's sleep. Everything starts with a good night's sleep. You don't want to ever face a day where, like, everyone knows, like, you're woken up and you don't have enough sleep in you. Like, you just know that, like, you feel groggy, you don't want to do anything. It's very difficult to motivate yourself to do anything. Even staying disciplined becomes 10 times more difficult on those days. A positive day starts with positive sleep.
Did you know, even if you have a bad night's sleep, telling yourself you had a good night's sleep creates a powerful placebo effect. So it actually boosts your mood, focus, and energy into tricking your brain. You feel restored. So even if you have slept badly, rather than going, oh, I slept so bad, but I slept great, I slept really well, that tricks your brain into going, oh yeah, we did, we feel rested. I do it all the time. If ever, it's rare, but if I have a bad night's sleep, I will tell myself I slept well. I'll always tell myself I slept well anyway, but it just reaffirms that. It triggers the feel-good hormones as well. It helps improve alertness. Yeah, telling yourself you slept well. But sleep, the reason it's a mental health pillar is it's an active restorative process for emotional regulation and cognitive function. That's where our memory, our focus, our decision-making ability gets rejuvenated. It's where we learn. It's where the lessons we've learned during the day get embedded in our memory. You know, so emotional regulation, a well-rested brain processes emotions better, reducing your reactivity to daily stresses and like fostering that resilience, like you've said. Whereas we've all been there. When we're sleep deprived, we're more emotionally unstable. We're more reactive. Why else is sleep a mental health pillar? Quality sleep enhances focus, learning, problem solving, creativity, whereas poor sleep impairs thinking and reaction times. Sleep is a mental health pillar because it allows you to relax and allows your body to process the craziness of life. Poor sleep makes those small problems feel large and overwhelming. We have to protect sleep the same way we would protect food and exercise. That's a nice way to think about it. You make time for your food. You make time for the exercise. But the sleep is something that should also be made time for. That regular pattern, that regular wind down routine allows you to protect your mental health. Sleep will fix your mood before it fixes your energy, which is really important. Do you feel like your mental health dips if your sleep is not protected?
Yeah, you don't want to be around me when I haven't had sleep. Like, I need at least 8.5 hours, 9 hours to have a good night's sleep. And if I don't get that, I'm groggy, I'm agitated, more stressed. And yeah, you just don't want to be around me.
Do you think it would be better if you installed regular sleep patterns? Because you mentioned sometimes you don't.
I'd love to be able to go to sleep at the same time every night. But for that to be realistic, I'd need to fall asleep at like 11:30 every night, maybe. And some days I just want to fall asleep earlier. So yeah.
Okay.
It's difficult. Because my girlfriend finishes work at 9:30, doesn't get back until 10:30. Then we have like our time together. And then suddenly it's midnight. It's like, so what we'd be cutting out is quality time with my other half. So it's very difficult.
Okay. One thing I do want to pull back onto is obviously if sleep is a mental health pillar and sometimes we don't get the best sleep, it is important to have that dialogue of, I slept well, telling yourself that, putting that placebo effect there, but also exercise on limited sleep can actually offset the short-term cognitive and metabolic downside. So it will boost your energy, mood, and focus. It should be moderate in intensity, so not to have overexertion, because obviously intense workouts can put more stress on the immune system, increase injury. But the benefits of exercising on limited sleep can help boost energy and focus. It can help improve your mood. It can clear that mental fog. So don't shy away from getting in a light bit of exercise, a moderate bit of exercise, however that looks for you, whether that's a run, a CrossFit class, a lifting session. Go embrace some exercise. What about digital nutrition?
Digital nutrition?
Yeah, do you know what digital nutrition is? Have you ever come across that term?
I've definitely come across it. I can't remember exactly. It's bedtime.
Wildly up. That's right, we can pose that again. We can start again with digital nutrition, so you can just put an ad there that works really well.
Cool.
Do you want me to give you the thing of what digital nutrition is?
Yeah, and or you can just read it. Mention digital detox as well.
Well, they're two different things, aren't they?
Oh yeah. I'm just going to check that's. I didn't push snooze. Oh, Soph's mum's called me.
Do you need to call?
16 minutes ago. That'll just be telling me that she's posted it, I guess. But the door's unlocked, so she could come in. Cool.
Let's talk about digital nutrition. Have you ever heard that term? It's somewhat new in the world of sleep.
Yeah, I think I'll give you my best guess, shall I?
Please do.
Is treating your phone like a part of your daily needs like food, like water, like sleep. It's just making sure that it has its place but isn't overly relied on or overindulged in.
Perfect analogy is food, exactly right. Yeah, so you choose the healthy foods that you would put in your body. So just the same as that, you need to choose the digital content for your mind. So think of the apps and platforms that you absorb. Let's think of them as virtual vitamins, what are the positive elements we're bringing in? And then if you think of like additives, so what's the negatives you're bringing in? Is it the comparison through social media? Is the outrage through social media? Is it the doom scrolling? Which I suppose is really important to talk about digital detox. Have you ever come across a digital detox, or have you ever done a digital detox?
I did actually do a digital detox for like a day.
A day? Only a day?
I would have preferred to do longer, but my girlfriend didn't like the fact that I wasn't messaging her. So that made me have on my phone. But to be honest, I'm not overly reliant on my phone. Like, I use it for alarms mostly, and then just business stuff. But I don't really scroll social media as like a daily habit. Like, not for hours on end. I maybe do half an hour a day total, and it's usually when I'm on the loo. Like, it's
half an hour on the loo
throughout the day, or just no. But loo is part of that, and then it's maybe, I don't know, when I'm on the sofa or having lunch or something.
Toilet for those Americans that don't know what loo is.
Do they not use the word loo?
No, it's restroom or toilet.
That's mental.
Yeah, I like restroom though. I like the word restroom.
Do you?
Yeah.
Because it implies that you rest.
No, because it's
usually
more,
quite an intense activity, isn't it?
It shouldn't
be.
It shouldn't be.
It's like weight training.
No, it's not. It definitely shouldn't be like that. It should be quite a smooth experience. You need to see a doctor.
No. The blood's normal, right?
No.
Oh, Jesus. And the wee being green, is that?
Dehydrated.
Oh, fun.
Yes, your 10 cups of teas is not enough hydration.
I'll up the teas.
Yeah, digital detox is a conscious break from digital devices, so phones, computers, tablets, social media, for a set period to reduce screen time, alleviate stress, improve focus, and effectively people do it to foster real-world connections, aiming to reset your relationship with technology. Oftentimes people do a digital detox just from social media, giving them the ability to get away and get some breathing space from the loud nature of social media, because it is inherently forceful. Social media, it's there, it's in your life. Getting away from it can be quite challenging. People do it to reduce stress and anxiety, improve their mental health, enhance their focus. Would you ever do a social media detox?
I did something similar when I went to Wales for a week. I went to Wales for a week with my girlfriend. I really loved it. It was a great time. And I was very stressed at the time about making sure that every video was better than last, as I always am. And I made some videos in advance. There was still something going out while I was on holiday, as I always do. And I deleted the YouTube Studio app from my phone, because that's where my greatest source of anxiety comes from with social media, is making sure that I'm getting enough views, the watch time's good, like the comments are there, getting a general idea of what everyone's saying, and making sure that I'm earning enough money from that day or that month or whatever. So I deleted the app. I actively deleted the app and didn't go on it for a week. And the first couple of days it was really stressful, because I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know like if I was doing really, really well or really, really terribly. Everything was crashing down or what. And then I'm still alive. You know, nothing tragic happened just because I wasn't on the app.
How did you feel doing that? Did you feel clear? Did you feel like you were able to really connect with your partner that you were there with at that time?
Yeah, there was a lot of time that was made up, because I spend a lot of time looking at YouTube Studio, whether it's on the desktop or whether it's on my phone, just learning like my own analytics and what's going on. So it allowed a true break from work, basically, which is unheard of for me.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? Like you say, how much time do people spend on their phone? You know, if you look to your screen time, how many hours would it be? Mine at the moment is a lot higher because we're using it to film. That comes down as screen time.
Yeah.
But how many hours are on social media? How many hours are on screen time? You know, if you're able to either have a better relationship with social media or have a little bit of a social media detox, a digital detox, you'll likely feel more connected to those around you. You'll likely have more time in your day to invest in better pursuits, whether that's social connections, whether that's learning, reading, meditative practice, time in the gym. How many people say they don't have time for the morning walk to get some morning sunlight? And if you just removed your social media scrolling in the morning,
Found the time.
exactly.
And the important thing to restate here is having a social media detox or a digital detox is really good for reducing your anxiety for sleep.
100%.
Is you will sleep a lot better if you're not worrying about like, oh, I just saw this thing and it's, you know, like, I'm going to explode.
Well, it's the digital nutrition, isn't it? Again, because your phone only has apps on there that are there to benefit your life, you're unlikely to spend an excessive amount of time scrolling on Duolingo or scrolling on Calm. Whereas you are on social media because it's feeding your dopamine, it's feeding that instant gratification. So when you've got the opportunity to wind down or scrolling feels easy. Scrolling feels like a reward. Whereas putting your phone away because you don't have it there and your nutrition's better, you spend the couple of hours that you are on your phone on Duolingo, learning apps, whatever it might be, your relationship's going to be better with your phone. It's going to allow yourself to thrive in that environment. So having a good digital nutrition, the information you receive online, is going to allow your sleep to flourish. So yeah, I've also done a social media detox.
How was it?
Well, I was off for like 2 years, wasn't I? Do you remember?
Yes.
No one got hold of me for those 2 years.
Yes.
It was great. It was also the 2 years I was vegan. I don't know if there's a relation there.
Yeah, we just had another reason to hate you.
Yeah. But no, it was really interesting because I felt more connected with my partner who I was with at the time. I felt more present in conversations. You do feel a little bit out of it, but it's also quite nice to feel that out of it because everyone's talking about the new thing, the new meme, the new GIF, but that's fleeting. Whereas the connections are long term. And you also start to see how life unfolds when people just sit down and then instantly go. Like that. So it's quite freeing. Quite freeing.
Forces you to be more present, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Let's talk about natural healing and insomnia. So regarding sleep, there's naturally natural elements that people can implement to help overcome, say, insomnia. So insomnia isn't necessarily a weakness, it is a protective response. The body stays awake when it feels like it isn't safe enough to switch off, which is where insomnia can come from. And then that stress, that pressure, that unresolved emotion often shows up at night. So let's jump into natural healing and insomnia. Any natural remedies that you're aware of to help sleep?
I mean, there's always nutrition, which I don't know if that counts as a natural remedy. But
No, I think that definitely is, yeah. Because
ensuring you're getting the right balance of vitamins and things throughout your day is going to allow you to sleep better.
absolutely. Have you heard of the benefits of magnesium?
No.
So magnesium glycinate is a highly absorbable form of magnesium, which is gentle on the stomach, but it's ideal for relaxation, sleep, muscle function, and reducing fatigue. So using magnesium glycinate, taking it before bed, can often allow the body and the mind to relax just a little bit easier, making it a really great natural remedy to help you feel more calm as you transition from the loudness of the day to the peacefulness, to the peaceful nature of sleep, which is really important.
Do you know what foods magnesium is found in?
I'm not entirely sure.
Am I catching you off guard?
You are, because I only take the supplement.
Oh, do you? Yeah, supplements do make your life an awful lot easier.
Magnesium is found in plant foods like legumes, dark greens, leafy vegetables, nuts, seeds, whole grains.
So like spinach and like a fruit nut mix would be a really good thing.
Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that. So natural remedies for sleep. Ironically, we have touched a lot of them already. So consistent sleep schedule, restful environment, relaxing routine. When you think about natural sleep remedies, we often think about things you can take. But it's important to mention the things you should avoid taking. You know, like avoid the stimulants, the caffeine, the nicotine, the alcohol, because they disrupt your sleep patterns. You mentioned about the importance of avoiding alcohol, because you're sedating, not sleeping. You mentioned watching your diet, exercising. Those are all natural remedies that people often mistake.
Discount.
Yeah, this is it. Just the importance of avoiding stimulants, exercising regular, having good sleep. Having a good diet, super important. But yeah, natural remedies here, ones I've got written down. Magnesium, again, touching on that. Melatonin, so that's the natural hormone that the body produces, but it can be taken as a supplement as well. People often take it for jet lag or for shift work because it helps their body produce more of the chemical to align them with their sleep patterns. One that I use in tea form quite a lot is valerian root.
Sounds like a virus.
So it's actually a herbal remedy. Valerian root may help reduce the time it takes to fall asleep and reduce overall sleep quality. Improve overall sleep quality. You can get it in a tea form, you can get it in a tablet form. I love valerian root. It does help me fall asleep. Chamomile tea, gentle sedative properties. Passion flower, often in teas and extract, and lavender, which is really cool.
Nice.
Yes, there's quite a few natural remedies, which is what we would definitely recommend when it comes to, say, insomnia. What would you say for someone that maybe is struggling with sleep and insomnia, and maybe some natural healing remedies are not working?
I think it comes back to the routine. If you've got a really solid routine and you're having a good mix of both mental use in the day and physical use of your body in the day, you're going to be more and more tired. Now, I think with insomnia, it's not that you're not tired, it's just you really struggle with that final process of going to sleep. So I think implementing some sort of meditation can be really helpful. And all of those sort of natural fixes as well. I think if you do all of that, there's a higher chance that you'll be able to fall asleep.
Would you suggest seeking professional help?
Yes, but I would probably discourage using pharmaceuticals, only because 9 times out of 10 they're helping to sedate you rather than actually helping you achieve sleep. So if you're trying, that's like fixing the symptom, not the problem. You want to try and fundamentally understand why it is you can't sleep.
But you can go to sleep clinics as well, where they'll monitor your sleep, see what areas of sleep you struggle with, why you struggle to stay asleep. So there's definitely sleep clinics you could look at as well. Yeah, there's definitely a lot there. You can look at aromatherapy to oils and stuff, meditation, yoga, tai chi, limit stimulants. There's heaps there that people could definitely look into if they were looking for a good natural approach to sleep. Let's talk about the reset routine.
Ooh.
So the simple routine that tells your body it's okay and safe to rest, because really that's where sleep is coming from, isn't it? It's your body telling you that it's okay to rest. What do you do that's important to you to tell your body it's okay to rest?
Come to a natural finishing point in my work.
And what does that allow you to feel?
It allows me to start thinking about switching off. If there's something that's half completed or a problem that was just unsolvable, it's very difficult for me to switch off because I'll just be thinking about it. So coming to natural stopping points, I think, in your day is a really good way to help reset and get ready for sleep.
You mentioned as well you make time for loved ones.
Yeah, before bed it's a really good time to just catch up with your other half or anyone else in your life, just about your day and their day. And
again, how does that make you feel when you make time for that?
Yeah, it's just nice. It's just relaxing, isn't it?
Does it remove you from the stresses of the day? Having someone that you love and you care for that allows you to share your thoughts and your feelings, have them share their thoughts and the feelings. You can have some physical touch and like relax there.
Yeah, it just helps. It's soothing. Soothing just before bed.
Do you think that's because you're with someone that really sees you for who you are and you feel comfortable around them, so you feel like you can truly relax when you're in their presence?
Yeah, I don't have to like play a character.
So making time for loved ones would be a really great part of like a reset routine.
Yeah, definitely.
So what I think is really cool is there is obviously, when it comes to the reset routine, much of like what we said, this wind down routine, but a reset routine is the idea of like weekly resets, monthly resets, even daily or yearly resets. So like a weekly reset, you can focus on your home organization, your laundry, your meal prepping. By having that opportunity to do once a week jobs, it removes stresses of day-to-day jobs because you know you've got time factored in to the week to do those things. You know, if you're someone that really cares about your nutrition, you want to do a meal prep. If you know that once a week you do your meal prep, you're unlikely to get caught up before bed going, what am I doing for food tomorrow? I haven't prepped anything. I need to go to the shop. You'll end up reducing the stress there. You know, if you've done your home organization once a week, you'll know that no matter how bad it gets during the week, you'll have that opportunity to just clear the clutter, which is really important. So it allows you to recharge the battery, really. Are there any resets or monthly, weekly tasks that you try and do on a repetition?
I'm actually quite bad at this. Yeah, I don't really have any sort of thing on a routine other than work.
Anything you'd like to put in place?
Yeah, I'd like to have like so at the moment, Sophie and I suppose we have like a big monthly clean, and then we do like as and when we need pots and pans, whatever, we'll wash up and make sure we need all that stuff. But yeah, I'd like to make maybe like a whole flat tidy, maybe a once a week thing, because then the monthly one doesn't have to be as big. It can just be done as part of routine.
Well, you can do quick reset strategies, like a 10-minute tidy. So you literally set a timer for 10 minutes. You're like, how much can I do in 10 minutes? And you stop at the end of the 10 minutes. It just gives you that opportunity to just clear some clutter, create some space. You might find that after the 10 minutes, like, no, I'm in a flow. But the 10-minute quick tidy allows you to just rapidly like bolt through the most important things, and then you know you've got time to relax after, which is really cool. So quick reset strategies, yeah, like 10-minute tidy. I think a brain dump is a really cool one.
What's a brain dump?
Ironically, you do this. It's where you get a pen and paper and you just spend 5 minutes writing every task, any bit of worry onto a bit of paper. And then that way it gets you out of that hamster wheel of thoughts, that sort of negative spiral of repetition, and it keeps your mind free of clutter. I think you do that quite frequently.
Yeah.
But I don't think you realise that was
I don't frame it as that. I frame it as just making notes, but yeah.
Does that help you feel more at peace? Does it feel like it gets the space in your brain to focus on other issues?
I think it allows me to focus on the issues that are further down the line, which are usually closer to the solution. So, yeah, I don't know.
Well, no, like I'd imagine when you get some of the thoughts out of your head and onto paper, you can process them more clearly, which when you get to the end of the day, you likely feel a little bit clearer and easier. I might be wrong. I might be putting words in your mouth.
yeah, I mean, my brain just doesn't switch off. It's,
So that would be a really great one to ask. How do you switch your brain off? Because I'm sure there's other people listening that listen and go, yeah, I'm the same. My brain doesn't turn off. So what tools do you have to turn your brain off?
If I'm struggling to get to sleep, I'll meditate, and that usually works, and I'll find that I'm asleep. Or I'll find that my alarm's going off because it's the morning. That's a big one. After a good meal, having a wind down, playing the board games, meditation. Like, board games are really good because you have to do something, and it's like you can really focus on making the board game intense if you want. At the end of the day, it's still a board game. It's not going to cause you stress. So that's quite a good way to redirect my thought capacity. And then, a bit of meditation, and I'll be asleep.
Nice. Yeah. So on the reset routine, things that people can really take into consideration if they wanted to do a reset idea, there's core pillars you could look at. So like environment. So what is your physical space? Can you clear up some clutter? Can you do some laundry? Can you do some bed sheet cleaning? Can you vacuum the high traffic areas? Can you get the hard to reach areas? Can you clear your workspaces if you work from home? Logistics, like your planning, so like your meal prep, your grocery shopping, your digital calendar, confirming appointments. That's a nice reset of getting everything locked in. Mind health, so the brain dump that I mentioned earlier, journaling, meditation if you've mentioned, and then like a body reset. So I think women are probably better at this than men, like the deep clean, the deep shower, so deep skincare routine, face care routine, hair care routine. A really great opportunity to just feel clearer and cleaner and reset. And all of those, if they're tied into like consistency, rather than this like one perfect day where you do everything, if you're just consistent with like these smaller like reset ideas, it's going to help you feel more relaxed when you come to having a wind down routine, having a sleep routine. So better sleep doesn't start at bedtime. It starts with how you live the rest of your day.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to people that are listening when it comes to sleep?
Remove the pressure of having, like, I've got to make sure I sleep really well tonight. Like, everyone's done that. Like, I've got a flight at 4 a.m. I need to sleep really well tonight. So you go to sleep nice and early and everything's fine. And then you're lying in bed and you're like, I should be asleep. I can't sleep. I need to sleep. And that doesn't help. So just remove the pressure. Meditation is like gold. It's the best piece of advice.
Don't you find it so interesting that when we tell ourselves we need to sleep, we can't sleep? It's like, you ever told someone to relax somewhat? Like, you need to relax. If I could, I would. You know, it's that sort of paradox.
Yeah.
What other advice would you give to people?
Yeah, just don't go on your phone an hour before bed. And charge your phone outside the room so you don't pick it up when you can't get to sleep. You don't need extra distractions. It's not the time for distractions or stimulation. It's the time for sleep. Which is horrible because you've got to self-parent and it sucks.
What's your biggest distractions when you're trying to go to sleep?
My phone.
What draws your attention away?
My phone, and like I'll think of something for work. I'll be like, oh right, okay, I need to do that, and then I look at my phone, and it's difficult. I disguise everything as work, so it's that.
Work is the thing that keeps you stuck sometimes. If you're constantly working on work, you're never going to be free of it, which retracts from sleep as a whole. So if you could make one thing better about your sleep schedule, what would it be?
Going to sleep at a regular time.
Do you think you'll ever implement that?
Yeah, when Soph gets a normal, healthy job.
Why is it on Soph to implement that?
Because she forces me to stay up until she's home and relaxed, and then we can go to bed.
No offense, Soph, but I would not. That's just not me. I would not. When I was with my last partner, it was something. I was like, I'm going to bed. If you're going out, I'm going to bed. She said, okay. Yeah. I can.
I'm too far in now. It's just what we do. Yeah, she's got to call me on the way home from work. 40 minutes on the phone, listening to road noise and echo. I love it.
my advice on how to sleep, I would say I really like the idea of dimming lights. So I've got fairy lights around my room. I really like that because it's the mindset that I have when those lights are on. It's like I know when those lights are on, it's time to wind down. You know, and when the big lights are off, it allows my eyes to just chill out a little bit. The fairy lights are on, and I know I do wind down stuff. I read my book, I journal, I get ready for the next day. That would be my one, is turn the big bright lights off. Get some nice fairy lights.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love that one. Obviously, phone outside the room, super important.
Do you do that?
No.
No.
I don't. But I'm quite good at
Yeah.
keeping it out. Like, I don't check it. Because, again, I've got grayscale and I've got sleep mode on. So I think I'm quite disciplined when it comes to sleep because I don't want to sacrifice sleep.
Yeah.
And also, my last one is, get out for a walk in the morning. I know it's not related to the sort of beginning or the actual sleeping period, but get out for a walk in the morning. Go get some sunlight in your eyes, get some movement, some exercise. Yeah, feel the fresh air on your skin, even if it's raining.
Yeah.
Get out there.
I'm going to try and go for a walk this evening.
Nice.
In the rain.
No such thing as bad weather, just bad clothing. I think it's a German saying, something along those lines.
Sounds German.
And what could I do to improve my sleep routine?
Yeah.
I do get bad at eating too close to dinner because...
Too close to dinner or too close to sleep?
Thank you. Too close to sleep. Because I'm trying to put on weight at the moment, I'll get to the end of the day and be like, oh no, I need to eat more. Yeah. And then I find I'm an hour before bed and I'm throwing cereal down my throat trying to get in calories, which is probably the worst way to get in calories because they're super low in calories. But yeah, that's mine, is eating too close. I could definitely be better with eating sooner or eating more calories throughout the day rather than getting to the end of the day and being like, oh shit, I still need 600.
How are you doing for your calories today?
All right. I've eaten... Well, I've only eaten 1,000, but once I've had my lunch, that'll be 1,600, and then my dinner will make me 2,600, and then I'll have something after dinner to move to like 3,200, because I've trained twice. I will have trained twice today, so I like to be around 3,200, 3,300 for calories.
Blimey, good luck.
I know, mate.
I think I've had 300 tops today.
Yeah, you need to improve that, especially as you're going to the gym more consistently.
Yeah. I'm just aiming to get 2,000 would be good today.
What are you going to have for lunch?
I don't know. Whatever I see in Tesco.
You're not eating now?
I don't have anything in.
That's half the problem. You got to be prepared. You got to be ready for
Or
it.
I do, but it would be like 40 minutes of cooking. And it's like, I don't want to do 40 minutes of cooking. I've got loads of like frozen chips, frozen onion rings, frozen chicken. So it would just take forever.
More of a dinner thing.
What
are you going to do while I'm having lunch then?
Work.
Okay, fair enough.
That's a stupid question.
Are you going to eat before the gym today?
Yeah.
You're not.
I'll have something.
You better.
I'll try.
We're getting off tangent. Sleep. Did you enjoy this episode?
I did. I think it was good.
Yeah, me too.
If you learnt something or found the conversation interesting in any way, let us know in the comments and subscribe. And yeah, we'll see you all in the next one.
Final word?
Bouncy balls.
That was 2 words.
It was.
You ruined it.
Well, the final word was bouncy. No, I just wanted to say balls.